You just got to be wrapped by 10:30. You got to go to the meeting.
Hey, Jack.
So here's some good stuff that I kind of already. Location center servers 9. Location addresses 14, number of websites 7, number of form platforms 5, 7. And then this, and then this is kind of how I was going to do it. And this was just like all their information. Report and showing who had what.
So you done screenshots.
Yeah, I was starting with location analysis, and then I just started to dive in because it got to a point where we have this prime LMS API. This one essentially is the user roles that are all the things that I'm talking about. So we'll have a user, we'll have courses, we'll have models, certifications, learning programs, badges, skill, and then it kind of all works in. I have that here. All of this is based on, he wanted to go to this is the flyer that they have right now. This is their whole one city thing, which is basically not showing anything, but they took the names off of all the locations, whatever. This form right here is the micro enterprise agreement.
I apologize, gentlemen, for the holdup. Keith, you've been here in the building. You know how broad the floor is.
Yes.
Miguel's coffee is at his desk. I have walked the floor and cannot locate him at the moment. So I sent him a text message, but again, in light of the value of your time, let's just start the conversation. I sent him a message and told him to please come find me, and let's go.
All right.
Thank you.
Let me just I just wanted to get a little premise for Mr. Kenny as well as myself, because and I'm just recording myself just so I remember everything that I say.
Of course.
I wanted to kind of touch on the one LA, and Ken is gonna join me as well.
Excellent. I
wanted to touch on the one LA premise. So
yeah.
What I did is from the original analysis to the scope of work from our second conversation, I have done some research on the facilities. I have started to pre-plan an education learning management system model, and then I have started building it, and I just wanted to kind of show that to you, show you where I am, making sure that my mindset is kind of going in the right direction, and then because I know that MCS and a couple other people are also moving forward, and what I'd like to give you the onus of being able to do is kind of telling them to halt, and then as we build this, what I've done is I'm looking at what they're building. I'm building what there's 9 locations, 8 of them are on WordPress, so I'm building a WordPress multi-site. which is
Okay.
one master site with 9 locations. So they'll
Excellent.
all be able to log in the same way and do everything the same, but when they're told to take their branding off, if they still want to have specifics per their location, they'll be able to do that. But the entire learning management, coaching, profiling, and skills management will all be on the original platform, as well as the reporting that would come back to you.
And Keith, when we say the original platform, that's again defaulting back to us. So it still remains the Business Source Center. Is that
Correct.
Got it.
Now,
Perfect.
and here's what's even better about it.
Yes.
This is where I've kind of taken the, gone forward, is I was able
Yes.
to secure businesssourcela.com and .org. 9 centers, 7 operators, and nobody owns that.
So, question for you, Keith. Can you say to me what the naming convention looks like one more time? Is it LA Business Source? Or
No. I did Business Source LA.
Got it. Thank you.
Yeah, because I figured LA, but here's the good, it's Business Source LA and I have .com or .org. I use the .org because I noticed that 6 or 7 of the other ones were .org. And then when it's going to the multi-site, it's by location name. So what I'm going to give to you right now is, a login to be able to kind of see the back end, and, you'll also be able to see the front end. And I just want to have the overall scope of work once I show these things to you, to know what I should develop on here.
Sweet.
And what you think I should develop, so you can tell each of the locations to kind of slow down on that. And then the master plan would be, these are the 6 points that we would kind of be working with you on. We would be doing hosting, development, strategy, implementation, and that's agile. We would essentially be doing the back-end management, architecture, and then training, both online and on-site.
Let's see, hosting, development, strategy, implementation. I missed 1, 2, 3, 4. I missed the other 2.
Yeah, implementation, and then in parentheses, put next to implementation, put agile.
Agile, okay.
Yeah, and then management, back-end and reporting.
Got it.
And then we would build an architecture,
Reporting, okay.
and then essentially training online and offline and on-site. Excuse me.
Okay.
And what the difference in that would be is we'd be able to facilitate ongoing training. That's kind of a macro look. So it's how to use the education platform, how to use our platform, and so forth. But then we would go into each location and help them with the workflow. Now that intake and certain things are going to be done all in one place,
Yes.
a lot of the stuff that's going to be done on their site will only be intake of individuals and per marketing materials. And then all of the business processes and workflow will be done on businesssourcela.org. So we would work with each location to kind of understand that, and then also to understand their individual operations and how they would develop whatever reports they would need per your agreements with each center. Because I know you guys have different contracts with each center. So that compliancy money that we were talking about, that are the statute, this platform would allow you to be in there. So this where MCS was like, oh, I'm glad that you're starting to look at some of these numbers. All the numbers would be in one place. This would allow you to get your compliancy, or let me see what page that was. Contractors shall use online methods to market and outreach to business clients. The implementation of online portals is strongly encouraged. So businesssourcela.org is a portal, and then each of them will have their own client site to intake.
Got it.
But the master of and then the Business Source LA will also be a learning management system, which will do the 4 things that we talked about: intake, assessment, implementation or facilitation. So once the assessment is done, and then education. So it's actually education, then implementation. So the assessment is intake is just, it can come from any of the local sites.
Yes.
but it's kind of each one of them will have a calendar and their all their own
Yes.
abilities to do what they want
Uh-huh.
per their languages and stuff. So
Yes.
that will be the intake facilitation, but it all comes into one place. And then the
Yes.
assessment, like let's say someone randomly comes to Business Source, the assessment will allow them, and I don't have the search engine there, but it will be there as soon as I finish, for them to come in and say, okay, I want to start a business, do your intake, and it will assign you to a center.
Love it.
So
Okay.
so the intake that someone does, if it's done on a location, it will come into the system and we'll know it, because this is what we're going to do. We're building everything on WordPress,
Yeah.
but what we'll build all the forms on, because right now there's almost 5 different form platforms that you're using. We're only going to use Salesforce for the implementation of forms.
Got it.
Yeah. So each one of the sites will have to, submit. They'll get a form, and then it will go up. But all the information will go into a central place, so you guys can report on it per your already, reports that you guys are already having built.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Excellent, Keith.
Yeah. So that all works into it. Now, what I want to do is, if you can go to businesssourcela.org. This is where we'll get into point 5, which is branding and marketing of the LA Business Source Center system. Contractors shall market LA Business Source system as a small business assistance service, so forth and so on. So it's okay that I did Business Source LA, correct?
I think so.
Okay.
I think so. I've seen it, LA Business Source. I don't know if that was somebody's own email that they did for themselves, but
Yeah.
but let's assume that it is for now. As you said, nobody's using it anyway. Business Source LA.
Someone was using it. I do remember for it now. As you can see, you type it in and.
You think it was one of our centers that were using it?
I thought it was the Barrio Center, but
I know I've seen it somewhere. I just can't remember who.
yeah, I'm not sure though. But
That's Spanish.
nonetheless, LABusinessSource.com is for sale. $1,800.
Somebody got smart, man.
1900.
Yeah, $1,900.
They're going to charge us for our own domain. Nice.
So I just reversed it, and then we built the centers. And then once you're there, let me know.
Now, question for you, Keith. I'm supposed to go to businesssourcela.com?
BusinessSourceLA.org.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
That's why I'm at Daddy when I put that in. No. I think you might have said that, and I typed it wrong. What I'm doing now, just for a side note, I'm looking on my cell phone only because I'm still in this conference room. If in a few moments I do not, if Miguel doesn't magically appear, what I will do is I'll just go to my desk, and if you don't mind, I'll call you back from my desk, and we'll just continue this conversation from there.
Okay. You said I'm sorry. Say that one more time. I missed that last part. I just got interrupted.
Conference room.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
He's gonna
Still sitting in the room doing this from my cell phone right
Oh.
now, going to businesssourcela.org. And I was saying, if Miguel doesn't arrive in the next couple of moments, if the experience is more fluid, that
You're gonna want to do this on the computer, just cause. I mean, you could do it on the phone, but I mean, it's just a little more fluid for the way I made it now, because I haven't fully optimized it for the phone yet.
Got it.
But I mean, no, check it out on the phone. That's fine. I want to actually see how it works.